Okay, so I just got given this heap of shit mower. It was one I serviced probably 2 years ago for a friend, and well, I decided they didn't need it anymore after that, and basically it's set outside. Hasn't got a hell of a lot of use ever since. So anyway, first thing I noticed is it's very rusted up, and half the time the pull cord doesn't return properly, like that, which means that well, actually I'll show you what it means, but it is a problem. Not only the fact that it doesn't return, but also that if you ever do get it running, pulling out a quarter of the cord, then it means that it'll all jam up, the mechanism will jam up and screech and complain and make noise, making nasty noise. So anyway, I'll just strip the cowling off and show you what's going on. Okay, so I've just removed the 3 bolts for the cowling. So next what I'll do is remove the 2 bolts on either side of this mechanism here and lift this shaft off like that. Now, looking in there, it's very dirty and there's a lot of shit in there. It was actually quite stiff to pull off. That's got a lot of sticky shit on that shaft. So what we'll do is get a little bit of Caro or petrol or whatever you happen to have in a toothbrush, put it in here, give it a splash around, a bit of a scrub up with the toothbrush. You can scrub in there a bit, scrub it all up and clean it up a bit so that you get rid of all the scaly corrosion and grease and shit, because that's what causes these little balls to stick, because all the balls get stuck up in the passage up there like that, and they won't come down to engage the starter, and also that sleeve there sticks on that shaft. So we'll do that. Okay, so I took the balls out, cleaned all that up with a paintbrush and a bit of Caro. There's all the balls there. I'll clean them up with the rag. Then got a bit of wet and dry sandpaper, which is somewhere, here's a bit of it, and just sanded that shaft up a bit, so that's cleaned all the rust off. And now when we put that on, it turns nicely. Now what we'll do is we'll get our can of RP7, and if you look at that hole up the top there, we'll try and squirt a bit down in that. So now plenty went down and it's saturated that shaft, so that's what we want. So that needs to be able to spin freely, which it now does. I'm happy with that. So now what we'll do is we'll get our balls and we'll put each one in this little passages here. So I'll do that and then we'll come back. Okay, so I'll put the balls back in there. You can see they're all nice and loose. Make sure you don't get any oil or anything down in here. The worst thing for this area is oil or grease, because it'll make the balls stick up in the galleries up here and they won't fall down into their little spots down there. So the main thing is to keep that. You can lubricate it with a little bit of Caro if you like, just to you know, just to clean it up further. It'll make it a bit cleaner, but don't put anything like this, don't put anything at all in there. The only part you lubricate is the little felt pad in the top of here and a little bit down that shaft. Sometimes it can grease it, but the problem is when it gets hot there, when the crankshaft heats up and heat transfers up here, it melts all the grease and the grease ends up down in here, which sticks your balls up anyway. So really better off not doing anything. So then we've got our little cap. You can grease that seal a little bit if you want, so that goes over the top. And then our gauze mesh. Oh fuck it, got me finger. So there, I'll screw that back on and I'll put the cowling back on, and I'll put some petrol in and we'll see if it'll go. It's got a bit of rust in the tank, but you know, worse things have happened. Okay, well, a bit of fuel. I just lubricated the throttle cable so it actually works. Check the oil. I got enough. It's as black as tar, but you know, I don't care. And primed it up, so let's see if it goes. a bit smoky. I'll let that burn off. If it's still smoky after a while, I'll pull the engine off and go and swap it for another one in school. There's plenty of engines at school that are half decent, like the one over here I got yesterday. That's under a video. I made, what's it named as, fixing the Tecumseh, I think, and that one I got today. I haven't mounted it yet. I'll do that in another video. I'll get some of my nice self-threading bolts first. It's got bumper compression. It's barely pullable. It's actually got the same sort of recall start problem that one had, so we'll do that to that one as well. This one runs like the clappers. Started second pull today. That was with no anything else, so I'll give it a carby clean and she'll probably go first. Almost. Yeah, it's still got a bit of a miss, but we'll fix that up. See if this thing wants to restart. Well, we'll put the air filter on. That's got minimal smoke, so that'll probably clear up, and then that'll be a good mower. I might give it a bit of paint up, get rid of the rust, and sell this one, because I reckon I'd be able to. There's not many mowers anymore that are worth anything, but I reckon I might get 70 or a bit more for this one maybe, once it's cleaned up a bit. I'll probably spend $10 on paint then, some new blades maybe, an oil change. Oil's cheap as chips, so that doesn't really matter, but you know. Might sell that one. It's got a catcher over there. Yeah, so we'll get this one going as well tomorrow, or maybe today. We'll see what happens. I just think I need to find some bolts first. Got a few more bases over there, way yonder, that I can get some engines for. I've got a few engines laying around, but I might as well swap them. I can go and swap. It's about 6 brush cutters at school that the teacher doesn't want because too much hard work trying to pull them down, so we'll swap them for a few engines and we'll be right. So anyway, we're probably getting close to 10 minutes now, I don't know. So this one's got great compression. We'll make a video on that. In the meantime, I'll see you. Purrs like a kitten. Don't you love it when you get a mower for nothing? You do basically nothing to it, and it's in basically sellable condition with no work. I'll probably make a little bit of profit out of it, at least something. And you know, it's great. So anyway, see you later.